Hey guys, it's Dana and it's time to talk about money. And in this video, I wanted to talk about if you are over 40, like I am, and you are interested in starting a YouTube channel to earn extra cash on the side. So let's talk about that. So in a recent video, I had a couple comments of some of you asking me to do a video talking about starting a YouTube channel. And I started YouTube in 2011. I think my oldest video on my channel is January 2012 because I privated some of those 2011 videos. I started out, when my twins were, I think, 6 months old or somewhere around there. And I was making videos with doing nursery tours and talking about my cloth diapering stash. And we were cloth diapering to save money. But my channel really started out those first couple years talking all about cloth diapering and reviewing different cloth diaper brands. And then when the kids got older, then I sort of transitioned into talking about getting out of debt and saving money, and because that was the stage of life we were in. And I also work in finance, so that's something that I felt that I could share and talk about and help others. And if you are in your 40s or your 50s, you might be thinking kind of the way I was a couple years ago when I sort of took a break from YouTube. And I didn't take a break for this reason. I talked about why I took a break in the life update video that I posted not too long ago. I'll link that down below if you want to watch that. But I did get to a point where I was in my 40s and I was thinking, I think maybe I'm getting too old for this. I'm just like, maybe most people on YouTube are younger. And one of the reasons that I returned, I always wanted to return to YouTube, which I did recently, but I was inspired because there is a trend of a lot of people in their 40s and 50s now making videos or posting videos talking about how you should get into YouTube and you should start your channel because you have wisdom, you have skills, you have things to share. And so it was really inspiring to see other 40-something-year-olds getting out there and making videos, and it helped to encourage me to return, to be like, all right, I can come back. Maybe I'm not too old. And so we're not too old. I think that this is probably the best time to get into YouTube because if you're like me, I only watch YouTube. I don't have any interest in watching any other streaming services, TV shows. The kids all like to watch Bobby Flay and, beat Bobby Flay. I don't watch any of that. When I sit down to watch something, I put up the YouTube app on the TV, and usually I'm watching Garden Answer or some kind of gardening YouTube channel, and that's all I watch. That's all I consume is YouTube. And so probably I think there is actually a growing trend of people who are doing that. So YouTube is huge. There's more and more people coming online and consuming YouTube videos than ever. So now's the time to get yourself out there, because when you are a little older, you do have, like I said, you have more wisdom and skills and things to share with others. And so it's the best time to get into it. And there's more of us out there wanting to see you speak and want to see others, within our age category talking about things. So that I would definitely encourage you to do it if you're thinking about it. And so I'll give you some examples. So first, what I think is really important is to take some time to consider what you want to discuss on your channel, because if you just go out there and you're just making random videos about all these different things, it's harder to find an audience than if you niche down, as they say. So I did find this to be true for myself. Even now, if I do veer off the path and talk about other things, I find that people probably aren't really interested in that. They subscribe to my channel to talk about money. Maybe you're thinking, hey, Dana, this video is not really what I want to see from you on your channel. And if that's the case, I'm sorry. I think I might upload 2 videos this week because of that. So, definitely I apologize. Feel free to, head on out and watch the next video. But, when you choose a niche and once you start to build subscribers and build, people who are coming to watch your videos, they are going to expect something like specific from you. And yeah, maybe you can veer off of it a little bit here and there, but for the most part, really think about what that is you want to talk about, and hopefully it should be something that you're passionate about and that you do enjoy. Because think about it, like if your channel takes off, which you probably hope it will, and then you get a good, side income on the side from it, or maybe a full-time income, you're going to be talking about that topic potentially for a very long time if you want to keep up your channel. So definitely, take that time to consider it. But if you're thinking, oh, but Dana, how do I find a niche? How do I decide what to do? Well, consider your hobbies and your passions. For example, gardening, that is a huge niche, and a lot of people even recently are starting channels where they do garden tours of their yards. They, film themselves planting different shrubs and trees. Maybe you want your channel. Recently was watching this one channel where it's all about evergreen trees, conifers. He just has a whole conifer garden, which I love. I love conifers. And so you could even be specific within that niche, but then still be able to branch out a little bit. There's another channel that I've watched for a couple years now, Hornet King, and he is someone who goes into homes and removes, wasp nests, and I find his channel fascinating, and he has over 1 million subscribers talking about his job. That's his job, and he's in Pennsylvania, which so am I. So I've enjoyed his channel. I think it's just so interesting watching him remove these beehives. I am fascinated by it. I just can watch him, Anyway, so if whatever your job is too, your day job, you might think, oh, this is boring. No one's going to want to watch this, but I bet there is someone who might want to watch that. And so if you don't mind, as I said, talking about it for years potentially, and then start filming yourself. So to that point, you have to start. A lot of people kind of get paralysis of analysis, so to speak, and they just are thinking about things and talking about it, but they don't ever actually get started. So in order to find success, you have to actually put your foot on the path and begin forward, even when it is scary, because it is scary, especially for those of us who are a little older. We didn't grow up, with this kind of environment. Talking to a camera or talking to your phone is a little bit disconcerting. It feels like odd, and you might have imposter syndrome where you feel like, oh, this isn't like I'm trying to be more something that I'm not. And so it's tough to sort of break through that, but you have to begin to start filming yourself. And I will say I am a complete introvert. I'm really an introvert, and this was terrifying, absolutely terrifying to me to film videos when I first started. And I felt like embarrassed, and I didn't want anyone to know that. I still don't tell people in my personal life that I do this. I don't share it with anyone. I don't talk about it with anyone. If they do discover it, which has happened, and people have come up to me and said, I've been like, oh, okay. It just makes me feel really awkward. So it was not natural. It's gotten easier after all of these years, but you have to start doing it and just start filming yourself, talking about whatever topic it is that you've selected and you think you're going to do, and then just start posting them. Because the good thing about when you first start is most likely there's not going to be that many viewers in the beginning, so you have time to perfect it, to work on it, to get better at it before you start and that's actually a blessing. And so you have time to kind of post videos, see how it's going. You can private a video if you really feel uncomfortable with it, or as time goes on, you can do what I did and go back and private some of those very early videos that you feel are completely cringeworthy and embarrassing. So you have the power to do that. You can go ahead and private things after, they've been up a while, if you feel like you've gotten better, and you're going to get better every time you do anything with editing, with filming, with your, audio quality. As time goes on, you're going to figure things out as long as you continue to work on it. But you do have to start posting, like I said, and you do, in my opinion, need to be consistent for the YouTube algorithm to pick you up and see you as someone who's going to be serious, that you're actually doing this. So if you can come up with some kind of schedule, I like once a week. I think that's a good schedule, or even once every other week. But don't burn yourself out. Like, don't be like, I'm going to do 5 videos a week. I'm going to just crank out all these videos. But that's not going to work if you're doing that and you get exhausted and discouraged, and then you're like, oh, forget this. This isn't working. It's not going anywhere. No one's watching watching me and then you quit. So that's not the goal. It's best to just continue to be consistent, do one a week, and your audience will find you over time, right? There's that saying where, you know, I don't know, so you live in the same place, so your luck knows where to find you. But so you have to continue to, you know, move to be consistent and post, and then people, they'll come. So, you know, if you build it, they'll come. I like the whole idea of, you know, you're planting seeds. That's kind of how I've always been with finance. You know, you're planting little seeds to grow into these enormous sycamore trees, right? So, but it's not going to grow into a huge, strong tree unless you plant that seed, you know, many years earlier. So you're planting seeds for your channel and for potential income and, you know, for growth here. But you do need to begin. But let's talk about your equipment, because that's the other thing. It's a limiting belief that people have. Oh, I can't do this. I don't have, you know, fancy cameras. My audio is terrible, which is my problem, okay? Because every time I'm like, oh, the audio, I just can't get the audio right. And like, I have problems with microphones. Like, I don't really like, I just can't seem to get it. But I've had videos I've filmed that have been blurry in the past. I'm like, oh, I'm out of focus. The whole video, I'm like out of focus. But it doesn't matter, okay? If you've been watching the recent blow up with DoorDash, which she has been, you know, posting. And by the way, this recent blow up with her, if you've been watching her channel, she just had tremendous success in a supposedly short amount of time, which it is a short amount of time. And I do like, nothing against her. I like her. She's great. She's doing fantastic and I'm happy for her. But if you look at her channel, her first video was 4 years ago. It wasn't recently. It was 4 years ago that she was posting shorts. So it wasn't really sudden, right? She's been at this for a long time. And recently she's found success, right? So that can happen to you too, where you just take out your phone and you just film yourself and don't get all worked up about your equipment or your audio or your editing. You can just do a one take shot with your phone and talk for 5 minutes and show, you know, and post it. And that's it. And then continue to do that. And then over time, you can get better with audio and camera equipment and lighting and all that. But really, you just need natural light and be outside or in front of a window and film with your phone. And it's very easy to upload. And, you know, so just don't let that hold you back. Don't let that be a reason that you think you need all this fancy stuff. Because if you look at DoorDash's videos that are blowing up, that's what people, like, one of the things is she's not really doing a lot of editing or anything. It's just like basic sitting in her car talking. So just get it going and don't worry about your equipment. Now, logistically, we have to talk about getting monetized on YouTube and what that means. I think it's 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers before YouTube will allow you to monetize your channel for AdSense revenue. When I started many years ago, I don't think that was the case. I think it was just monetized from day one. Not that it mattered when I wasn't getting a lot of views in the beginning. So, you know, and that's, like I said, that's not necessarily like a bad thing, because until you're actually getting that much time and until people are actually watching you, you're not going to make AdSense revenue anyway. So even if you were monetized day one, if you don't have the revenue coming, if you don't have the views coming in, if you don't have the views coming in and you don't have a lot of subscribers, you're not going to get a lot of AdSense revenue anyway. So that would be like, it'd be negligible. So I wouldn't be too worked up about that. But like I said, if you just continue to be consistent and try to be authentic, and then once you are monetized, let me say this, because I heard someone talking about this. Once they got the notice that their channel was monetized, be sure to go in and to all your videos and make them be monetized. Because like when you first publish your videos, they're not. So you have to actually go back into your old videos and select that so that they will now be monetized now that that option is available for you. It doesn't, I don't believe it automatically goes in and just automatically monetizes all your old videos. You have to go in and select that. So be aware of that. If you get that notice and you're all excited, just be sure to go back into your old videos and get them monetized. Now, I talked about this, I think, in the other video where I was talking about side hustles. It's not just the monetization on YouTube that will help you earn extra money. If you are an Amazon affiliate and you're talking about products in your video, maybe you are a fisherman and you're talking about, I don't fish, but you know, different types of bait or fishing poles. And then if you're talking about that and you're reviewing it in your fishing channel, then you can you can put those links to those items in your description of your video. So even if your channel's not monetized, if suddenly one of your videos blows up and you have all these views, people might be able to they'll be able to go down into your description and click on your Amazon affiliate links to go purchase the products that you're talking about, and you'll get a commission off of that at no extra charge to your viewers, but that's another side way to earn money. So don't just focus on the YouTube, partner program. Think about how other ways within your videos, if you linking products, if you're talking about products, be sure to try to link them. You can apply to the Amazon affiliate program. Also, if your channel starts doing well, you might have fishing companies actually reach out to you and be like, hey, can you talk about this product? I haven't done that really on my channel. I think I did it one time where someone sent me these computer glasses, which I still use. I think it's been very many years. They sent me these computer, blue light glasses, blue light blocking glasses. And they sent those to me for free, and I talked about them in a video. And I think that might be maybe one of the only times I had a product that I placed in my videos. But like I said, I wear those glasses every day at work. I'm still wearing those glasses that I got for free, which was so nice. Anyway, but product placement, you could, maybe they'll send you some products. You could talk about it, have sponsored videos. So there's a lot of different ways to earn money with your YouTube channel. And I think none of those things are possible if you don't begin your own YouTube channel. Then you're just, I like that saying where if you don't ask, then the answer is no anyway. I say that to my kids all the time when they're like, should I ask my teacher, if I can, do extra credit, or should I ask my teacher if I can do, a retake on that test I did bad on? I'm like, well, if you don't ask them, then your answer is no anyway. So you might as well, if they say no, who cares? It's not any different than if you hadn't asked. So you might as well ask. Same thing with YouTube. You don't know what the potential is and what could happen if you don't give it a try. So, you want to put yourself out there, and, especially if this is something that interests you and you feel as if you have some kind of hobby, or your work is really interesting, or maybe you think it's not interesting, but like I said, removing beehives from houses and ceilings, I think is fascinating, and a million other people do as well, apparently, who subscribe to Hornet King. So you could have something, maybe you do something pest control related where you go around doing stuff with mice, or I don't know what, but I'm sure you have something, especially if you're over 40, something that you've been working on for at least 20 years that you can share with others. Sewing, cooking, cars, if you can talk about, fixing up cars, cleaning. Oh my gosh, so many videos talking about, so many channels out there talking about cleaning. I think Minimal Mom is her name. I love watching her channel where she cleans and talks about cleaning products. There's just so much. If you really think about it, I'm sure there is some kind of niche that you can come up with. But like I said, just really consider, do you want to talk about this for potentially 10 years, okay? Really, really think about that, because, if you build your whole channel, you've got 1 million subscribers, removing bees' nests from ceilings, that's a lot of videos, removing wasps' nests that you have to do over and over and over again, because your viewers want to see it. We just love seeing those bee nests, those wasp nests, but you can't, that's maybe you're like, man, I'm so sick of this, right? So just make sure it's something that you're interested in, like I said. All right, so hopefully that helps you. If you're over 40, like I said, I'm getting closer to the 50s. And I think it's good because we can also speak more authentically. And we have more, as you get older, you care less what people think, which is really nice. Like I said, it's still hard to start talking to a camera when you first start out, but the older we get, we just sort of, whatever, this is who we are, unapologetically. Maybe you want to talk about politics. I like politics, but I noticed people don't like it when I talk about it on here, which I'm not going to, but there's lots of people who've made huge channels talking about politics, and tons of people are watching those. So yeah. So get out there and get started. All right, so leave me a comment down below if you're starting your channel or you started recently, and I'd love to hear from you guys. If it's your first time here, be sure to subscribe. I do post videos talking all about getting out of debt, about money, building wealth, and ways to earn extra money, frugal living. I have 4 kids, and we live in the Philadelphia area. And I've been, like I said, I've been doing this YouTube thing for a long time now. Okay. All right, guys, I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.